away yesterday. They had Latvia right there. Couple of mental lapses on the end of the break, and Latvia made a play with big threes.
Well, absolutely. Latvia is a tough team to play against, especially here in Riga. But Belgium, they're always going to stay in the game because they play so physical. They play so tough. They have scores on the team. They have great wing players. Justy, Rossa, of course, the big man inside Axel, Arabel, who's been doing it for years and years. They have the type of team that can handle Estonia. And then you have Estonia who was able to knock down the three ball. They're a big-time team.
Oh, this Estonian team yesterday came here with great expectation. Huge contingent of fans that made the relatively short trip here to Riga. And it's almost as though the situation got the better of them, maybe a little tense. I'm expecting them to knock down a lot more threes today than I thought they would yesterday.
No question, they haven't won a Eurobasket game in 14 years, so there's a lot of nerves. I think if they can win one game here, they can start to go on a roll. They have talent, they have wing players who can score. They're a good team.
Please all raise
and now
for the
we'll
national
stand
anthem.
for the national anthem. We'll start with the national anthem of Belgium.
And now the national anthem of Estonia.
Now the national anthem of Estonia. The normal exchange of mementos at the halfway line between both sets of players. And no team wants to be 0-2 at the start of the Eurobasket. It really puts you in a hole. End up having to win perhaps 2 of the last 3 games you'll have. Especially for Belgium, who came here with aspirations definitely to make the trip to France. Just going to get a look at the third team on the floor, the 3 officials. Mr. Viator from France, Kovic from Serbia, Milewski from Poland make up the officiating crew. And here is that Belgian roster that always shouts strength to you as you look at it. Noeski's obviously the highlight. You've always been impressed with him. I think he's a great player, but potentially underused yesterday at the end of the game. Well, this Estonia lineup, by their own admission, really did underachieve. Coach Sock at the press conference was, I think he almost reflected on the fact it was their first trip here. And there's guys on this starting lineup that have really got to come to play today.
Milivoje Jokic, Serbia. Martin Kowalski, Poland. Commissioner Jan Holmin, Sweden.
Well, Eddie Castells a little bit disappointed in the press conference yesterday about how his team almost let one get away, but mental lapses is what he put it down to. Tim Sock, I think, with all his experience, can always put these situations into context. But both these guys know how important this game is. They're the two guys to really watch out for today. One of the things that we saw yesterday, Estonia only for short periods of the game mixed up their defense. It was almost like crying out for perhaps the zone or a little different look. They're going to have to show something different against a team that perhaps doesn't have the sheer inside strength that Veselé brought for the Czech Republic yesterday.
Republic yesterday.
Oh, that's probably going to be the key. Can Estonia get out? Can they get out and run? They
And now, let's continue with the game ball presentation. And please welcome our pickleball carrier, Ricky Marel,
The Czech defense was
Estonia.
fantastic, but when you're taking the ball out of the net every time, it's difficult to get into a rhythm on the other end. Remember, they took almost 26 three-pointers per game in the qualifying round, an astonishing number. They want to get it up. Everybody on the team can shoot it. Once they start to get into a rhythm, watch out, because they can put up points in a hurry.
Well, Belgium had a very, very good 2013 Eurobasket. When deep into the tournament had big wins along the way. That's where they want to be. They want to make the trip to France. Set up this competition. They've got to put away Estonia to really have a chance of doing that. This Estonia team, with this crowd, there's again 4,000 or 5,000 at least Estonians in the gym. The first game of this day too. And they are going to try and lift their team to that first ever win in the Eurobasket final.
What's interesting today is Kanger is starting. Remember, yesterday he came off the bench. He's one of the key players for Estonia, one of the all-time great Estonian players. We talked about 7-time Estonian Player of the Year. They're not going to waste any time to bring him off with the second unit. They want to have a good start today, put him in the first unit, and see if Estonia can start strong.
Here we go then. Eurobasket 2015, Estonia, Belgium, day 2 here in Riga. Just about to get underway. Estonia in the white and Belgium in the red. And I think we're going to have to re-jump that one as everybody got off the ground a little quick. And that will go out of bounds and the ball will belong to Estonia.
I think today we've got to watch the point guard play of Estonia. Really let them down yesterday. Lots of turnovers, not a lot of production. Both the point guards, remember, are the son of the coach, Team Sock.
Well, it's Sten Sock gets the start as normal. And Estonia in the half court, trying to stretch the floor. All 5 guys outside the 3. Then Kanga goes to the post. Gets an early touch deep inside. Tries this little tough, soft touch on the turnaround. Had a massive mismatch, didn't use it. And Belgium with Van Rossum will get into the half court. Sean gets it down. Risky fires it up for 3. Count it.
3 points.
Swedish right comes down and look at him with your hands in the pocket.
It looks like Estonia went to his zones right off the bat there. But you got to close out on the shooter no matter what kind of defense you're in.
Well, Bennett goes high, pick and roll. They switch on it, but they open it up for Gangu, who's fouled on the closeout. Almost, especially after the emotion of yesterday's first game for Estonia. Real flat start, real slow tempo, it looks like.
Well, you remember yesterday the Estonian fans were so into it. First Eurobasket in quite a while in here. I think the fans are kind of waiting to see what the team is going to do if they're going to play with a little more intensity than they did yesterday.
Sock on a little hesitation, kicks to the corner. They pass up the three, but Bene takes it at the second look and doesn't get it to drop. And Van Rossum and Belgium look like they're going to, unless they have something earlier, going to grind this one out.
You see Estonia, now they're in a switching man-to-man that ends up in a zone. They're trying to confuse the Belgians here so far.
Well, Van Rossum has it on the wing. Guarded by Bene, looks to attack the middle. That's a travel. Well, that probably was confusion.
What is, it's difficult. It looks like a man-to-man initially, and then as the men cut through or screen, then they switch and stay in a 1-2-2 zone or a 3-2 zone. So I think they realize that man-to-man, they probably can't match up with most of the teams in the group.
Sock will get it into the half court. Bene out top. Interesting matchup, him and Herbel. Well, they switch down low, and Bene really does have a mismatch against Suran. Needs a touch of it. He does a really nice job. Kenga has to fire out the shot deep on the possession, and after 2 minutes, Estonia look has got a hungover a little from yesterday's loss.
Yeah, they're not quite in their rhythm yet, and that can be down to Belgium's defense. Remember, they're a very physical, very solid defensive unit. They've been coached by Eddie Castel now. Over 10 years he's been the head coach, and he's instilled this Belgian philosophy of defense that's difficult to play against.
Van Rossum will reverse the basketball. Herbel, and they go big on the sideline. Goes up and just gets the easy two. Kevin Tumba just got it exactly what he wanted.
Well, that's the problem of this type of switching man-to-man and then zone defense is you're going to have a lot of mismatches, and unless you dig down to help, it's going to be tough.
Kenga's going to get called offensive foul, which is held. Van Rossum down almost as the pass came in.
Number 14, Christian Kangor.
Kanger's struggling so far. He's missed 2 shots.
Team Estonia.
And then the offensive foul. I think he's not used to the strength of this Belgian interior front line.
Just as soon as you put your arm up that high, it's going to be a foul. First foul for Kangur. And Van Rossum out top will reverse the basketball. Herbel faces. Just to stop and pop. Sweet.
That is pure quality. There's not much you can do with that. One dribble pull-up from the 6'10" power forward, Herbel. First Belgian player ever drafted back in 2005.
Well, he's been a big factor on some big teams. He had a great time at Real Madrid, didn't he? And he's become a fixture at Bilbao.
Absolutely. He's had a great career. One of the all-time greats from Belgium. And still leading this national team. He has hopes of getting into the last 16 at least.
Estonia out of bounds. Penetration to the middle. Stop and pop in the lane for 2. Nice move as Arbet just went strong. For the first time today, make the first decisive move that Estonia have looked to execute. Real quick catch and take.
Well, you said it. They need a lot more of that. They can't rely on fadeaway post-ups.
Well, the flare is just great execution by Van Rossum. Got his defender under the screen, just stroked him.
Belgium need him. He really struggled yesterday.
Kangur gets it in the post. Got to go strong, got to go to work. A little lean back for 2 is no good. And settled again for a little fadeaway. Joeski will advance the basketball. Estonia just playing inside the 3-point line. And there's a foul underneath. Again, that switching defense issue with a mismatch. And Estonia look like they're going to take the timeout. It's just not happening at the moment. No intensity, no rhythm. And they take the timeout. Coach Sock is going to come up with some early answers to the problems being posed by Belgium.
Hoiame käe palli peal, nad panevad ära, et nad lihtsalt seda palli, et esimese koha pealt ühtegi korvi ei pane. Rünnakul järgmine kord tavaline see. Vaadake nüüd, hei.
Brendan, they just look very, very flat defensively, even if they switch. It's very passive.
It is very passive. They're trying to figure out how exactly they want to play it. They're playing underneath the three-point line, but then once the ball goes inside, the other 4 players are staying on the perimeter and allowing all the space in there. When they do come in to help, the three-point line is open. It's just a mess right now defensively, and they've got to shore that up because if they can't get out and run and get some of their shooters free in transition, it's going to be a long game. And I think this Estonia crowd, they want to get into the match, but their team has to help them out a little bit.
They can't do it for the team. Right. Weideman in the game for Estonia. They got that quick back call.
Estonia, second team call.
They've got to try and create some momentum and energy at this end of the floor. Yeski takes it down low, gets in the paint, little fadeaway, trademark, knocks it down, and that really is his game.
That's just brutal against the defense because there's nothing you can do against it. One dribble, gets to a spot, fade away. It's just a beautiful, beautiful move.
Weideman moves the basketball, Sock reverses it. Vene catches it and lets it go, and just very little rhythm to this Estonia team at the moment.
Again, we haven't said Weideman's name very much. He's key to this team. He didn't step up until the 4th quarter yesterday.
Russell gets it back, looks to attack it, and just kisses it off the glass for the easy 2.
And here you see Van Rossum going straight to the hole, just far too easy. One dribble and lays it in. And every time Kanger switches up there, the guards are attacking him.
Weideman outside, we'll move it on to Sock. And no one attacking anybody. Sock tries to put it on the floor now, gets a little contact, and Tumba picks up the foul.
And that's encouraging. There's a switch, point guard recognize, step out, attack the mismatch, and try and create an advantage. Some early subs already. Kanger and Arvis go to the bench.
Number 8, Yonor Fultz, and number 20, Daniel Rubas.
Kudas in, and they can't get it to drop. As Kubas tried to have an immediate impact on the game. Full team to start for Belgium. It's been an absolute nightmare for Estonia here.
13 foul.
And Russell moves the basketball. It's a little too easy. Everything's in space.
Mismatch inside.
On even offensive boards as Hervel does what he does. Uses that length to get on the glass.
Well, they're going to have to go back to a straight man-to-man because these mismatches, big man against guard, Estonia's getting killed inside.
Sock, little mishandle, nowhere to go. Finds Weideman, happy to make the pass. Vene tries to get himself going. Weideman moves against Sock. Wiedeman's got to let it go. Does with 1 on the shot clock. Doesn't get the drop at all. Good effort on the glass. It will remain with Estonia as Sharon couldn't handle it.
I think Saran said, hey, I think that's our ball. Looked like it went off of Vene. Nevertheless, Estonia will keep it.
Out of bounds to a new 14-second reset. Trying to get it inside. Thoughts trying to go to work down low. Little head shake, step through, tough move. Good defense by Tumba, just held his ground. Van Rossum. Well, after a little fumble, fires it, makes it, and 1. Well, when it rains, it pours here.
3 points.
Van Rossum, after being really quiet yesterday, has exploded for 6 early in the game. And then you commit that cardinal sin of fouling the jump shooter.
Team Estonia.
So you're trying to be aggressive. That's not the way to be aggressive defensively. But offensively, we said yesterday, Van Rossum, even when it's not going well for him, he always stays aggressive.
Yeah.
And that paid off for him towards the end of the game when he was able to hit some shots. And here, he's aggressive right from the beginning of the game. If him and Lojeski play well together, it's a very difficult Belgian team to stop.
Absolutely. It's a 20-2. First 6 minutes here. And Estonia, well, it's beyond stopping the bleeding stage. Weideman tries to force one, gets his own rebound, has to bring it out. Weideman gets it down low. He's got to start to take some responsibility, and we're going to get a blocking foul as Weideman attacked the bigger man. After the mismatch, Hervel's not going to be able to guard him foot speed wise.
Yeah, you said it. Somebody here, you see the move by Vedeman, and it's a good, strong move going to the hole, force a foul. Somebody on this Estonia team has to get angry and say, give me the ball, let me take over, let me do something to energize this team, because right now it's just so passive on offense and passive on defense.
There's a moment where pride kicks in. Here's Vene, looks to hand it off. They haven't come out of that corner. Sock will back it out. Now he looks to attack it. They're going to fire at the three from Toltz is off. Offensive rebound. Sock goes with a short floater. Doesn't get it to drop. And at the moment, there's a lid on that hoop.
There's just not a lot of conviction offensively for the Estonia team.
Tumba with a mismatch. They're going to go to work. No, repositions. Now goes against Wiedemann. He's got to get a shot. Just needs to realize what shot he wants. And Russell wraps it. They get it to Herval. 5 on the shot clock. He goes in. And short stop and pop. And Sharon gets the 2. And they were patience personified. Everybody wanted to be patient. Sharon goes strong with a little stop and pop. Bademan. Vene kept him in it for a while yesterday. Again, just lack of conviction. And we're going to get a foul. And Kubas will go to the free throw line.
Well, if you can get to the free throw line, that's a good way to start scoring some points, because offensively they're 1 for 12 shooting the ball, 0 for 5 from the three-point line. Just nothing going so far, and they're hanging their head. The crowd is hanging their head.
And that's the thing when you get into this situation. There are a lot of Estonians who've made this trip. And the one thing you can't afford to do is come out this flat, come out with no energy. And I think we use the word conviction. Absolutely no conviction to what they're trying to run here. Kubas makes the first of the free throws.
No, there isn't. There isn't a lot of pick and rolls. There isn't a lot of quick hitters, set plays. I mean, partly you can chalk that up to the Belgian defense. They've come out very, very hard today. They understand the importance of this game. You see they made some substitutions. Taboo, one of the quicker players on the team, in a point guard.
A little right-hand hook for 2. And the ball's just so deep, so early. It's huge. And it's a 20-point margin. Now, Estonia can't panic. They really cannot play any worse than they have. And they get the first pick and roll of the game. They get the nice, strong finish for Toltz.
Beautiful, beautiful move. You see Sock gets into the heart of the defense, forces the Belgian defense to commit, and then the beautiful pass for the dunk.
He's got to try and work their way back in. They trail 18, but obviously plenty of time in the game, and Taboo almost coughs it up. Oh, he just gets it to the wing, and the three is just buried. Now no pressure as Gile gets the 3.
And he can shoot it. He was the Belgian Player of the Year last year in the Belgian League. It's not a guy you want to leave alone outside.
Sock again tries to be the aggressor, breaks the defense down, draws some contact. Belgium in the penalty. Sock will go to the line.
And good, finally, somebody stepping up. Sock is starting to take it straight to the Belgian defense. They are prone to commit fouls because they are so aggressive defensively. If Wiedemann, if Sock, if Vene, some of these quicker perimeter players attack the defenders, they're going to get themselves to the free throw line, the final 1:37 of this first quarter.
Then you've got to step and make as Sock misses the first. And his father on the bench is going to be, well, he just can't relate to this. If any team of his comes out and plays this flat, it's something he will struggle to relate to. Here's Taboo. Belgium in the half court, just running what they want, getting what they want. Little skip pass. Jules having made one, goes for the back-to-back threes, doesn't get it to drop. Got to be about setting little goals here. You're eating into that 20-point lead. Just see if they can get 16 at the end of the quarter. At least they've got some positives.
Well, yeah, we're still in the first quarter. It's about, remember, we talked about this team. They shoot a lot of threes. They're never out of a game.
Well, exactly. And I'm sure Coach Cassels is going to take the timeout because he knows that. He's not going to settle on the fact they're up 20. They're just taking a couple of quick shots, made one, missed 2. He's not going to be happy with that sort of numbers.
Well, absolutely. But remember, they're a deep team. They can bring guys off the bench. They're going to stay fresh. This Estonian team, they've only got 3 or 4 guys legitimately who can score. we're going to have to play most of the game. So if Belgium can maintain the intensity, it's going to be a long night for Estonia.
Olympic gold medal with the Soviet Union. The top coach in Estonia since retiring as a player, and this is, I don't think this is going to be anything you can relate to in terms of the way one of these teams has gone out and played so flat to start this game.
Well, you can't see him on the monitor, but we see him down here on the sideline, stomping his feet, turning red. You see him down here at the bottom of the screen. He's very, very frustrated with his way his team is playing. I think he tried to instill a different type of defensive philosophy from yesterday where they were getting dominated inside, but so far it just hasn't worked.
Well, Van Rossum comes back, so Van Rossum and Taboo don't normally spend a lot of time on the floor together. Are out there for Belgium as we approach the end of what's been a dominant first period for the Belgian Lions. Wiedemann off the quick screen, looks to attack the middle. Touch inside to Tolz, inside outside, Sock on the closeout, is fouled on the way up.
Offensive foul down to Sock, but listen, that's the aggressivity we're talking about. Sock with the foul, but Tolz had a mismatch. He was being guarded by the point guard Taboo down low and decided to kick it out instead of attacking the rim.
It's bad. Someone gets a hand in the passing lane for the first time in the whole quarter. And then Taboo's going to foul, which is, you know, going towards the halfway line in the penalty. You're up 20, you don't need to commit that foul. Although, as you say, that's the philosophy. You're going to go after the basketball.
Well, yeah, but you've got to be smart about it. We talked about Taboo yesterday. So much talent. He's so quick. He can get to the rim when he wants. But his decision-making isn't always the greatest. Yesterday, turnovers going to the rim when you probably should have kept it out on the perimeter, and there again, a silly foul.
Kubas wasn't a big minute man yesterday at all. Sock's probably thrown him in just to get some energy. Well, he's definitely given him that. Gets it under 20 for the first time in a long time. Shrew moves it on. Taboo attacks it. And Rossum backs out. 6 on the shot clock. This has got to go up. Little fumble.
Great defense.
Back-to-back turnovers. They've got to make the most of that now. Wiedemann, just want him to be positive. Get in the flow. Get that aggression back as a scorer, but they're going to hold for the last shot. So a second or so differential between game and shot clock. Wiedemann has a crowd starting to get into this now. Penetration, extra pass, Sock wide open for 3. Oh, they just needed it to drop. Patient, they've got to get work. Crowd are beginning to get a little bit excited about some momentum for Estonia. But they're in a hole in the crowd. 27-9 at the end of the first period. That was dominant Belgian basketball.
I don't think you can play better for a quarter than Belgium played. 7 for 8, 2-point field goals, 4 for 5 from 3. I mean, they were absolutely fantastic.
So, and whoever of these 3 contestants reaches the next baseline and the shortest
one of the positives there for Estonia. At least they got the 3 ball away. They took 6, they didn't make one. But if you're going to shoot that shot, you're not going to make it if you don't take them. I can't see him getting much on the inside. Just they need to knock down that open 3.
Well, listen, you've got Benet who has 0 points, Wiedemann who has 0 points. Your 2 best scorers aren't scoring. There's not a lot you can do. Gangor's a big-time player. He struggled initially. He tried to get himself going. He hasn't scored. So where do you find scoring from? Most talk, he brought in Kurbis late in the first quarter to get his move. He did that. He's got 4 points. Got a couple steals. But if your scorers aren't scoring, how do you get back into the game?
Yeah, it's one of those moments when everyone sits on the side saying, you can do this, do that. It doesn't matter. If the scorers aren't knocking down shots, you can be running the best offense as well.
Exactly, and this isn't a Belgian team where you're going to get a ton of opportunities. You get the opportunity to knock it down. And then also for Belgium. You know, they realized yesterday they could have won that game against Latvia. They're not going to take any chances today. They know they have to win this game if they want to have a chance to advance. They still have Lithuania, Czech Republic, Ukraine on the horizon.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Hey, 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 hey.
Start of the second quarter, Belgium with a huge lead will have the first possession. 27-9, and Taboo has it. He takes the high screen. Gillet and Zuru at the 3 and the 4. Van Rossum goes inside. Oh, nice little spin. Good finish. Good finish. Just Garbage just too weak, really. Didn't seal the baseline, gave up the easy two.
Big time spin move by Zulu there, then use his body to finish off the glass. Gorgeous play.
Garbus penetrates. The extra pass finds Sok. Nari attacks the middle. Gets deep. Wide open. And they just cannot find a perimeter bucket.
Well, that's good offense. Get your point guard into the key, force the defense to commit, and find your shooter. They've just got to make the shots.
Taboo, they looked at the high screen, then they let it go. Van Rossum catches it on the reverse. Great seal. And the help was a little late. And Zaru's gone down holding, well, it looks like shoulder, I think. Just to see where Baderman caught it.
Number 20.
He looks in a lot of pain.
First personal foul.
Not quite sure if he's holding his hip or his shoulder problem.
You see a great seal by the Zoo, and then you see Wiedemann comes over for the help. Looks like Kurbas caught him across the shoulder. We hope he didn't dislocate it or anything.
Oh, yeah.
Right away, he's grabbing it as he goes to the ground. And nothing malicious there at all. Both Kurbas and Wiedemann are going for the ball. Zawu is okay. So important to this team. Defensive player of the year in the Euro Challenge last year. He's the key cog on defense that keeps everything moving. He's going to head back to the locker room. He hopes he's okay.
Well, he got up fairly strongly, just looked really ginger with that shoulder. Havel's come off the bench to shoot the free throws. And he knocks down the first. Only 1 for 2. And Estonia, well, when it's just not going your way, everything goes against you. They took it off each other. Penetration is good for Makubu. Really uses athleticism so well.
Well, anytime these Belgian players get a one-on-one matchup or an isolation, they want to attack the Estonian defenders. They don't think anybody can guard them.
Wiedemann outside, just passing it low, not really being the aggressive full Estonian need. Ball knocked away, chance to run and fouled by Wiedemann to stop the break. Taboo takes a bit of a hit, but you can understand what was going on. Sok.
Number 4, Ryan Wiedemann. Second personal foul.
Older brother.
Team Estonia, second team foul.
Time in the game.
You see Wiedemann down there. He struggled so far, hasn't scored. He was their leading scorer in the qualifying. You'd love to see him running off some screens, attacking his defender on the move. So far, it's very stagnant for Estonia.
Who reverses the ball. We go, I think we get an offensive foul, I think, or a hold. Not sure if Van Rossum pushed off or he was held.
Number 9,
yeah, defensive foul called for the hold as Van Rossum just make a super back cut.
First time on court, number 10, Eric Edwards.
Great back cut by him. What a pass, though.
Yeah.
I mean, perfectly weighted on the money. Couldn't have drawn it up better.
Team Estonia, third team foul.
Van Rossum wants the post filled. Not there at the moment. Havel with opportunity to reverse. Taboo attacks the middle. Havel wants it down low. Taboo's going up himself. For all the talent, Taboo sometimes you just worry about those decisions because you had Havel dying for the basketball in the post. Kangura just is completely out of sync. And Rossum tried to get to the far side of the ring, drew the contact.
there's one guy you expect to show up, it was Kangur. Here you see the move by Van Rossum. He's hit on the elbow as he tries to score, but Kangur, he's the heart and soul of the team, one of the greatest Estonian players ever since probably his coach played. And I think he's probably put too much pressure on himself coming into this match. He struggled a little bit yesterday. Today, he's really hurting. And Estonia's got to have somebody step up at some point. All their best players just haven't shown up so far.
Van Rossum makes the first. It just looks like they're looking at each other as opposed to anyone trying to take it themselves.
You see Kangur has his own sneakers.
Big time.
That's how big he is in Estonia. He's got his own brand of sneakers.
And the crowd would just love him to play. Forget about the situation. Just get down there and do what you do week in, week out. Here is Kangur outside, reversing the basketball. And they're just not turning this defense at all. Soft. Outside, guarded by Hervel, had the shot, turned it down. They go inside, Kangur going to work. And the only work he put in was the turnover. And that probably sums up his game so far.
And that's the first time we've heard whistles and boos from the Estonian crowd. They've been with their team from the beginning, but right now they just can't take it anymore. There's just not a lot of intensity, there's no emotion, there's no will to win. And I think Tiitsak, the coach of Estonia, he's got to be furious right now.
He's obviously, I just don't think he can relate to this so much passive approach on offense. No one wanting to get it done for the country. Here's Mauba, puts it on the floor, threatens the defense, backs out. Now he goes to the middle, and he turns it over.
I'll tell you what, this Estonia team has just over 7 minutes to improve their play. Otherwise, they're going to hear it from their coach at halftime. And there you see the errant pass from Makumba. Makumba actually, in the warm-up games for Belgium, played very well. He led the team in scoring 3 times. You know, he almost came out of nowhere. He wasn't expected to be one of the better players. He's got a lot of ability.
Again, that little indecision, went to the middle, didn't know where he ended up. Sok has it, high screen from Kangur, who tries to go to the hole. And the three is way off. And even then, Kangur gets the rebound and just, well, he must be just feeling so frustrated. Ball drops into his hands, 2 points, just begging, and it just slips out of his fingers.
Okay.
Sits down.
Okay, we had an air ball, we had a drop ball out of bounds, but that was a good offensive set. You got a shooter with an open shot on the wing, a lot of movement. First time we've seen that today.
Hervel sets a screen for Van Rossum, who has a look, wants to give him the ball, does. Reposition for Hervel inside, puts it on the floor, gets in the lane, little stop, and pop, doesn't get the roll. Kangur gets a defensive rebound, gets a positive stat. You see him get a touchdown down the offensive end. Sok will move it on. Kangur's got it. Going against Laeski, fouls him. This got a little mismatch, didn't like it, so he gave up the foul. And Belgium's first foul of the second period. So headline possession.
Belgium likes to switch their defense a lot. They have a lot of players who are athletic. They'll switch on the screens off the ball, on the ball. So Estonia's going to have mismatches. It's a matter of if they can take advantage of it.
Well, Talmi in the game, turnover out of bounds. 4-on-2 break. Tabu has to back out. And Hervel wants and gets again, this time from Loeski. Oh, Van Rossum attacks the closeout. Inside, outside. Leski thinks about it, stops. They share it wide open. 3 is good. That's how to share it. That's how to move the ball. Timeout for Estonia.
And you wonder why Lojeski is so important.
And now let's meet the cheerleading team at Estonia.
And that's just a great example of how that's the philosophy of this Belgian team. They play hard defensively, want to share the ball down the other end. Interesting that Coach Sok is going to get into the huddle now because he's left it. Down the talk, just let his teammates know what for. Trying anything they can to get some emotion and energy into this team. Because at the moment, this is a one-way ticket to an 0-2. Because Belgium are just imposing themselves on Estonia at the moment.
I mean, you can say in X's and O's right now. It's just a matter of playing harder and getting yourselves into the game. They're making a lot of juvenile errors. There's not a lot of coaches who can change that. So they've got to get their head focused. They've got to get into this game and start chipping away at this lead. They're shooting 2 for 17 so far, 12%. I mean, that's astonishing. But so much of that is just mental errors, easy missed layups, open missed shots, and not playing defense where you've got to bring the ball up against a set, static Belgian defense, which is very difficult for any team to go up against.
And it's very, very hard at this level, but change your defense, put some pressure out there, trap a little, zone, whatever, something different that might get you some energy. Here's Sock off the high screen, and they just stop. They don't attack coming out the first play.
There's the mismatch.
So we go inside.
And there you go. You're going to get a mismatch against this team because they switch so much. Find the mismatch, cut off of them, and get layups. And Vinay, that's his first points of the game. Estonia hopes he can get going now because he's a big-time player.
Well, that's a 6. Oh, Lewiski's wide open for 3. Just strokes it. One of the best sides of European basketball when he's in rhythm.
And he's so efficient. That's the beauty of his game. He doesn't need a lot of dribbles. He can catch and shoot and make plays without needing the ball.
They try to answer a 3 of their own, and it's long, little rushed compared to Lewiski, who's just silky smooth. Gets fouled in transition. Sock had to take one, but it's 40-11.
Number 7,
Estonia at the moment.
second personal foul.
Struggling to get any offensive rhythm at all. And down this end, Belgium getting just shots they want almost every time down.
Well, we keep singing the praises of Lojeski, but he really is the player that, if you have him on your team, you're going to be a good offensive team if you can get him the ball because he's so efficient. He makes very, very good decisions. He can score down low in the post. He can score on the perimeter. He's a fantastic passer. He's willing to make the extra pass and make his teammates better. And if you foul him, he's a great free throw shooter.
2 for 2. And Belgium were good before Lewiski joined the lineup. And he's just giving them a real piece of quality. Sock handles it under a lot of pressure. Talmy wants it. You know, inside the Bene. And there's a reaching foul. Wemba. It is this Belgian philosophy to attack the hole. They can be a little foul prone.
Well, they are, but they have the numbers to bring guys in off the bench. And everybody they bring off the bench is a very, very good defender. I mean, to play for this Belgian team, you've got to be able to defend.
Try and go high-low, get it inside. Talmy just been fouled once, goes up strong, right-hand hook. Poor decision, poor shot. Taboo in transition. Lewiski in rhythm is short. It's a battle on the glass, and it's won by Belgium, who will win every sort of scrap and every piece of effort plays go to Belgium way. Look at this scrap point on it.
Estonia number 4.
And Hermel just was not going to give it up.
For Team Belgium, number 23, John.
He's a great rebounder. You know, he doesn't have the athletic ability of somebody like Vesely, but he gets his nose down there and attacks the ball when it comes off the rim.
Well, Wayman comes back into the game. The crowd just desperately trying to get on a sponge from their lineup. 4:22 to go, and the Estonian fans just trying to lift this lineup. Lewiski outside, looks what he has, puts it on the floor. And that extra pass. Boo stops and pops. The 3 is short. And great work again by Lewiski on the glass, just couldn't control it. Sock goes early to Bene, who's fouled. As Taboo had to foul to really stop the break.
And it's a good foul. Smart professional foul taken underneath because that's a huge mismatch. Bene at over 2 meters against that move.
Substitution for Team Belgium.
And Lionel Bosco's going to get his first action in Eurobasket 2015.
Team Belgium,
And he's going to take Lewiski out the game.
Well, interesting lineup for Belgium. You've got 2 point guards, smaller players, under 6 foot, playing against this Estonia team.
Bene outside the three-point line. They go down low. Little turnaround in the post is no good. Then he gets the rebound. Can't complete the putback. And Bosco will bring it.
Well, they can't buy a basket here today, and this crowd is starting to really get after these players.
Wemba reverses the ball. Taboo. Ball movement by Belgium. Never gets stuck. Bosco reverses it back again. All 5 Belgians outside the three-point line, really stretching the floor. And Taboo with a leaner gets fouled. He'll go to the free throw line.
Number 11, Simsander Bene. First personal foul.
As a player in this situation, you just want to wake up, don't you? This is a nightmare.
Yeah, you don't want to wait until halftime so you can make adjustments. You want to be able to do it on the fly, on the floor. You know, the coach is thinking of all the things he can think of to tell his players at halftime, but as a player, you've got to be smart enough and have enough experience to say, well, what can I do different on the court to change the outcome? What can my teammates do different? What can I tell the guys around me? And right now, there's just nobody stepping up with that type of leadership for Estonia.
Absolutely. And one of the things for me, sooner or later, your pride's got to kick in. And this is going to be really hurting Coach Sock. Even goes off the glass. Where's that been?
Exactly. He has the ability to do that all game long. He's so quick, he's athletic, he can score, he can finish. He's a great move. Completely
substitution for
Taboo
Estonia.
goes the wrong way, and Taboo's a good defender. And that's Biedermann's first basket of the game. And again, yesterday, he didn't start scoring until the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
Why wait so long?
Well, Talmy sits down, and the crowd not liking that one because Talmadge came in and worked hard. He's gotten a couple of touches in the post, been as physical as anybody else. And Kangaroo's come back for him, and that tells you how frustrated the fans are. Because he's the folk hero. It's really like the fact that Talmadge's sitting down.
Well, one positive for Estonia is Biedermann scores points in bunches. He's a streaky player. Now he's off the board. He's got 3 points. Maybe he can go on a run.
Taboo looked like he stepped on the line, but it doesn't matter. Estonia have possession. Kangaroo moves it to the corner. Biedermann backside again. Kangaroo's got it. He's got to go to work on this mismatch. There's no way Bosco can stop him going to the glass. He gets the 2. Timeout, Belgium. Kangaroo, well, that get him going because he's in desperate need to make a contribution.
He's in desperate need, but what a great move here against the little guy. Gets some space, reverses it on the other end. He's got talent, and the crowd went crazy. His first baskets of the day.
Transition baskets for Estonia. Stops, basket is stopped. They've got to try and eat into this lead. You know, 44-16, 16 points in almost a half of basketball. And we keep saying they can score. And sooner or later, someone's going to actually just Biedermann almost got him going. But yesterday it took him the whole game. The game was dead. Again, the game's in a bit of a hole. First time he catches it in attack.
But he's streaky. Yesterday, as soon as he started scoring, he had 2 threes, he got an and one, he got a layup. So maybe that gets his confidence going. Some players are confidence players. They need to see that first basket go through the nylon, and their confidence grows exponentially, and then they start to play their game. So
the second quarter of the game,
Estonia, things are going to change for him. But once the last possession was a fantastic defensive possession. They got a steal, they got in transition, there was a mismatch, and Kanger laid it in. It all starts on the defense. If they can pick up the intensity defensively, then their crowd is going to get behind them, and the game is going to change.
Well, they extend the defense a little after the timeout with soft pressure. Showing up the floor. Not really.
There it is.
Double team. Now they've got to get in the passing lane. There you go. 2-on-1 break. Well, they take the 3, got to get it to drop, and they blow the open 3. And while it may be their game, you're feeling for them right now.
Well, I don't hate the shot. You got your shooter with an open shot. He's not going to get many against this Belgian defense. Take the shot. If he hits that, the crowd goes absolutely crazy. So I'm not against the shot. And the defense is great. You know, if they can attack those pick and rolls like that, it's going to be difficult for Belgium because they don't have a ton of ball handlers without Lejeski on the floor.
Just gets it away, and You know, those are the shots that Najeski would make. Salumi's not Najeski, so you're quite happy for him to shoot that if you're Estonia.
And here comes Najeski back in the game, subbing in for Taboo. And of course, Ben Rossum's been on the bench for a long time as well. He's a capable ball handler and shooter. So I think one of those guys has to be on the floor essentially at all times, especially with a trapping style of defense.
You can't rotate away from the Hesse, can you? If he gets it in the open floor, he's going to shoot great percentages. Beeman from the free throw line. Has to make both. This crowd just looking for anything to get some momentum, to get some real passion into the game. They're ready to give that passion as a group of fans. They just need the team to give them something to feed off. And Beeman goes 2-2. Be interesting to see if the half-court trap comes again or anything on the pick and roll they attack. Remember, looks to reverse the basketball. Well, they don't need to foul in that situation. As Salumu tried to reverse it out. Sok picks up the foul. Foul number 3.
Well, if you're going to foul anybody, Salumu's not a great free throw shooter. So
substitution for Team Estonia.
He's going to miss at least one of these and sock something in for his brother.
Tanel Sok. He did well the limited minutes he had yesterday. At times a little better than his brother. He was much more productive points-wise. And there's the missed free throw for Salumi.
Now you've got both Wiedemann and Bene on the floor now for Estonia. So you wonder if they can come up with a play to give one of those guys a shot.
Oh, Wiedemann behind the back, gets to the middle, needs a pass. Finds one, Tanel Sok has it. Can go down in the corner. Bene trying to go to work. Gets inside, tough little fadeaway. Too tough a fadeaway. Belgium on the break, have numbers, lead pass by the SG, they share it beautifully. Louis the wrong man to shoot the 3, so he makes the great decision, doesn't take it. So Bosco will back it out. Got a mismatch, got to attack that.
Substitution for Team Belgium.
Much better defensive segment the last 3 or 4 minutes for Estonia. Here you see Bosco trying to take advantage of the mismatch. You know, he hasn't played much. He didn't play yesterday's first minutes of the tournament. So probably a little rusty. But Estonia, if they can close this gap to, say, 20 by halftime, it'll give them a little bit of a turn.
That's exactly where they've got to try to be here. Go in a better position than they are now. Just over a minute. They go deep inside. Kangur tries to go to work inside. Got the one-on-one matchup. Tries to step through, but just didn't attack that. Bene for 3 is way long. Defensive rebound by Mwemba.
0 for 11 from three-point range for Estonia. Remember, this is a great shooting team that essentially got to this tournament by shooting 3s.
Let's go on the inside. Phil drops the pass. Plus goal for 3 is long and flat. And Bene can't control it.
Substitution.
And Kadus is going to come into the game, and Bene just slumped over the advertising board.
And for Team Belgium, number 22,
Really struggled today, hasn't he?
Kevin.
I mean, he came in as probably the rising, brightest star in Estonia basketball. Struggled yesterday. He played very well yesterday.
Yeah,
actually.
very
One of the
well.
best players on the team, had a double-double, but just struggled mightily so far today.
Lob inbound pass to get it in last minute. Oh, great first step, just breaks the defense down. Will spin it, 5 on the shot clock. Stop popped in the lane for Sharon, he's good. Tough move.
Tough move and great move. The second time he's done that, fading away against the defender.
That's a 28-point margin. And Tanel Sok will hold.
Too static here for Estonia.
Well, Sok gets in the lane, stops and pops, doesn't get anything from that at all. Bosco, does he know? There's only 2 seconds on the shot and they fumble. They don't get a shot away at the end of the half. And that's one of the few mistakes Belgium have made. 46-18. That has been dominant is an understatement. And you can hear from the reaction of the crowd That booing will be in the ear of every Estonian player walking to the locker room. They don't necessarily need it for them to know how poor they've been, but they definitely know now.
It's been a struggle. Look at these statistics. It's almost a layup line for Belgium. Those are layup line statistics. 77% from 2, 55% from 3. Estonia, of course, over 11 from three-point range, 18% shooting. You know, the turnovers are even, the fouls are even, but I mean, with that disparity of shooting, it's going to be a blowout.
Well, Van Rossum, after having a relatively poor game by his standards yesterday, leads the scorers with 11 points. And there's that, and there's so many positives for Belgium. The defense was good. Offensively, they're getting contributions where you'd expect them to. Sharon's a pretty decent player. Looks quite good in the half court, especially after ball move.
Yeah, everybody played well for Belgium. You know, here's some of the highlights. Hervel was solid. Saron. And of course, Lejeski, such a difficult matchup. He can hit it from outside, he could go inside. But Estonian defense was just so lax. Everybody who had the ball with Belgium, their eyes got wide, the hoop got bigger. You know, when you're playing at this level against a team that's not playing with intensity defensively, it's not a very quick team, a big team to begin with. I mean, it's just going to be so much easier for the opposing team. There you see Van Rossum wide open. He was fantastic in the first half.
And it's so good for people like Van Rossum and key players for Belgium. They get into an offensive rhythm, and as you went through their schedule, they probably, you know, when they came into the tournament, looked at their last 3 games and said, well, there's our toughest 3 games. And, they got beat yesterday, but they're ready today.
And remember, point differential could be very important in this if we got the tiebreak. There you see Saron with a fantastic move into the key, fading away. You don't hear his name a lot, but he's a very capable player. Plays defense, good shooter. Here's one of the rare highlights from Estonia, beautiful pocket pass. And, you know, Estonia, there was about 2 minutes where their defense picked up, they trapped the ball, they had moments on offense, very rare moments where you could see glimpses of their ability, but that's just far too easy to move down there.
Well, we're going to leave you with these highlights because it's a little bit one-way traffic. It's been a tremendous half of basketball by Belgium. And Coach Castells will be very happy in that locker room. But the one thing he's known for is being hard. He'll make sure they come back in the second half and will knot that up. So we'll be back in around 10 minutes or so for the second half. That's been a great Belgium first half. Will Estonian pride kick in? We'll see in 10 minutes to find out.
and Shoulders. The freshness that keeps up, no matter what comes your way. Keep it fresh and cool head. Fresh throughout the day, play free for life. Head and Shoulders, live head first.
This is a game to find yourself. Everyone deserves the glory. Victory Part 2, Top Speed Duel. The FIBA Global Partner League. I can play.
Tactile. Solar. Revolutionary. TISO T-Touch Expert Solar. TISO.
oficiālais pilsētas turisma portāls. Visplašākā informācija par skaistākajiem koncertiem, izstādēm, svētkiem pilsētā, kā arī ieteikumi labākajiem restorāniem, bāriem un izklaides vietām. Viss, ko vērts redzēt un nobaudīt Rīgā, livriga.com.
Tā mēs sāksim, tā mēs trenēsimies, tā mēs arī spēlēsimies.
Saka, ka viens nav cīnītājs, bet kas tad būs cīnītājs, ja ne katrs? Citus uzvar tie, kurš sākumā māro ar sevi, tā rodas komanda. Katrs ir cīnītājs. Īstā cīņa sākas pirms un nebeidzas aiz laukuma.
Izmanto Mono autolīzinga pakalpojumus vairāk kā 200 autotirdzniecības vietās visā Latvijā. Mēs sniegsim aizdevumu līdz 90% apmērā no izvēlētā autovērtības. Auto saņemsim vienas dienas laikā. Mono autolīzings tiem, kas virzās uz priekšu.
welcome back inside the Riga Arena. There's the huddle where someone, you hope, is talking about pride. Someone in there is saying there are 5,000 fans here. We've got to do a better job because Estonia have struggled throughout the whole of that first period. 18 points. They still haven't made a three. Wiedemann leads them with 5 points and 2 rebounds, but Ray Wiedemann's got to actually take a little bit more responsibility. Came in here as their leading scorer, and he really does need to carry some of the scoring load. Before they talk about getting back in this though, they've got to talk about just winning stages of the game. They trail 46-18. Halfway through the third, they've got to be a little closer. And Bateman in particular has just got to have a shot. He, with Fede, really got a time to step up. Now Rossum, 11 points, and a rebound and an assist that look very, very good. He's really hit some rhythm. Much more productive than he was yesterday.
Absolutely. It took him a while to get going, but we talked about it. He has the confidence of a scorer. And when you're a scorer and you have confidence, shots are eventually going to start to fall. When he and Lojeski are both playing well and moving the ball, it's such a difficult team to guard, as well as Orbel. We haven't talked about much. He had a couple of nice moves early on, but he hasn't had to do much because everybody else has played so well around him.
Quite often in this situation, the team in Belgium's position will relax. And if you're one of these fans, if that guy could wake up in the crowd and try to get into this game, if you let Estonia get going, anything could happen because they can knock down threes quickly and for fun.
Well, they can. Listen, when you're 0 for 11, you know, it's going to be hard to shoot worse than that. So. At some point, they're going to start hitting shots. You hope Wiedemann can get going because he has the ability to score in bunches. But I wonder what Teek Sock, their head coach, said to them at halftime. How are they going to come out? What first play are they going to run? Who are they going to get the ball to? And defensively, are they going to stay in a trapping style of defense?
Well, that was more productive than anything else they put on the floor. Here they go then. They have the first possession of this third quarter. Well, they get the down screen to the quick release for 3. And just nails it in rhythm. And Arbet, who's looked more definite than anybody else on the floor at times, knocks down the 3 just the start they wanted. Same starting lineup for Belgium.
And here you see Lojeski posting up right away against the point guard Sock.
Well, he settled for the jump shot. Defensive rebound that time as Toltz comes down with it. Arbet finds Toltz in rhythm on the end of the break. Well, you'd love that to get the drop. Man, Rossum hangs on, looks to push. And he'll get it back. And Belgium in the half court.
You like that from Estonia. They got 2 open 3-pointers off the bat. Arbet, he is a shooter through and through. If he gets going, watch out.
Well, they skip it. Sharon's open, buries it for 3. And they've run that little flare 2 or 3 times and have been successful because Estonia going underneath it. Great catch and release.
And Sharon's your unsung star. He does a little bit of everything. Great pass.
Well, it's a foul, and you'd love the one. But Janat Toltz will go to the free throw line. Much better for Estonia. The open threes, they attacked it in transition. And Belgium just look a little bit half a step softer than they were in that first half.
Well, you know they're running good sets here in the second half. In the first half, there was just a lot of standing around, trying to seek out mismatches, the guys going one-on-one. These are really solid offensive plays that they're running to get open shots for the right guys. I mean, that was a great curl and then pocket pass down low. But he's got to knock down both of these free throws.
Well, he makes the first. One of the players who does bring energy, goes 2 for 2.
And he's their leader. We saw him yelling at his teammates earlier on in the first half. He's the guy that brings the heart and soul of the team.
Well, there's that trap. They just attack the basketball at the halfway line. They don't give anything easy. They have good rotations. They wrap it around. Seron gets the ball screen from Tumba, looks inside, nothing there for him. Eski's going to get fouled on the block. It's a great catch and attack it in the motion. He's just I'm with you 100%. He's just a tough ass to guard.
Well, efficiency, I mean, that's the word he used to describe it. He knows what he's going to do before he gets the ball when it's swung around. He knows if he's going to shoot it or pass it or he's going to attack his man. So you don't have to be an exceptionally quick player when your mind is as quick as his is.
That's just a super level. Abel with a step back three is off. Defensive rebound. Torts is everywhere at the moment. He comes down with a
look at the speed
rebound.
Estonia is getting up and down the court.
The ball's knocked away. And, you know, Biederman is a scorer. You almost wanted to see it take that to the hole. Ball knocked away. He has the opportunity. Leski gets a piece of it. And Herbel can't hold it, but Estonia will still retain possession. Rain Biederman. Now he's got a matchup you'd expect him to go at. But he just picks it up. There he goes inside. Torts going baseline is fouled on the floor. Good recognition.
This is a completely different team than we saw in the first half. They were sleepwalking through the first half. You know, now the crowd's sitting behind them a little bit. They're playing defense. They're talking to each other. There's communication.
Belgium second team foul.
Still a long way back, but they're making the right steps at the moment. Here's Biederman, looks at the little soft pick and roll, goes inside again, same play, same result. And that's poor by Van Rossum. He just lent his shoulder, and that's a good call. I don't know why he has his palms up.
He has his palms up, he's asking the referee, but the referee made the exact same call, you know, moments before. He knows that's what he's going to call, so why do it again? You know, and now he's going to have to come out of the game here shortly. So he decides to keep him in the game. Now with 3 fouls, interesting moves.
And Belgium already have 3 fouls. It'll be another moral victory up if Estonia can get him in the penalty, and they could really be the aggressor. Sock, nice pass for the 2. And that's all it does. It's all it needs for these fans to get in the game. Just a little bit of emotion, little bit of intensity. And Kidus gets the easy 2, 49-25, almost another steal. And the crowd are really starting to respond. Kidus after the 2.
Well, I think it's interesting. Estonia started this game with Bene on the bench. So you have essentially your best player on the bench. You're going for a team that's going to be much more dynamic defensively and is going to push the ball up the court. Bene kind of likes to take his time during offensive sets and get a foul.
And they can't give up the cheap foul, though. The first one, you can almost put it down to a little bit intense. He just scored. Yeah, that's just poor. Van Rossum going to the sideline, no reason to foul. And Estonia pick up their 13th foul.
And Kiedis, he's an important player for Estonia. He gives them a lot of energy, something they've really, really lacked in the first half.
Here's Van Rossum, guarded by Kidus, who steps back for 3, buries it.
And that's why he's in the game. That's why you leave him in with 3 fouls in the game, because he's capable of giving your offense a boost when nobody else is scoring.
Here's Sock. Pulls out the chance to attack it. Turn down the screen. Touts. Oh, they knocked down the 3 and Sock. Oh, having talked about him not taking the screen, he didn't need it. Just gets a little bit of space, knocks down the 3. First 3 of the game for Estonia. Second 3 of the game for Estonia, sorry. Van Rossum looks to turn the corner and attack it. Oh, it gets blocked. And the ball's hunted down. Biederman got it. The next objective, get it to 20 and start to work your way back in. Here's Biederman outside the 3 with the mismatch. Breaks it down for 2. Crowd love it. The crowd love it. The bench is up. And they do not need to lose, well, pretty much their heart and soul at the moment. Torts is, well, he's holding his hamstring. Here's the penetration.
Beautiful move there, and a great seal-off down low by Tulsa. Here's the block. Biederman tracks it down. Van Rossum, he's aggressive. He's got to be aggressive. That's his game. But Estonia has to match that aggressivity. Looks like Tulsa's going to stay in the game. Actually, they've just been subbed out here by teammates.
I'm not sure if it's, well, he's struggling.
Here's the play again. You see, he just gets a knee to the thigh, it looks like.
Yeah. A dead leg type scenario. But looked in a lot of pain. 22-point game, as close as they've been in a long time. Great start to this third quarter by Estonia. Havel looking inside. He has to settle for the shot. Just buries it.
I mean, what a luxury to have a player like him on your team when things are breaking down. You know, at 2'7", he can make a shot like that.
Steven tries to turn the corner. Now he's got the mismatch. And he travels. Well, Coach Sock almost plays every pass. They had the mismatch down low, and Biedermann decided to go on his own, and then just drags that pivot foot, picks up the travel.
Yeah, Tume is looking at his teammates saying, I got a point guard on me. I'm your center with a point guard guarding me underneath the basket. Just throw it down low, I'll lay it in. A little too over-aggressive there.
Well, Taboo in the game for Belgium as Van Rossum sits down. You'd almost like to see him come trap Taboo. That half-court trap they've run relatively successfully. Sarov outside the three-point line. Looks to attack the middle, gets deep. And that's going to be an offensive foul. Sock puts his body on the line to take the charge.
Great defense by Estonia. But again, Lojeski hasn't touched the ball the last 4 or 5 possessions. They haven't let him attack the defense. You know, when he's aggressive and when he's able, getting his opportunities and his touches, it's a completely different Belgian offense.
I'll be interested to see if Estonia can get it under 20. And keep eating away possession by possession. Here's Sock, steps back to three. Short, it's the sort of three you've got to make in the situation you're in. Well, they line it up for three in the corner. It's good for Arvet. He makes it a 21-point game, and all of a sudden, Estonia find their range from the three-point line. They trail 54-33, but they are on the way back. Coach Eddie Castile won't leave anything to chance. That's a great start by Estonia in this third quarter. Close it to a 21-point game, and have almost got the type of game we expected to see from the first game yesterday.
Well, this is the Estonia team that ran through the qualifying round and qualified for this tournament. You know, when they play with intensity and when they get their shooters open for shots, they're a very dynamic team. You know, it's a completely different side we saw in the first half. Arvet, a fantastic shooter. Sock can shoot. Everybody on the floor can shoot. When they spread the court, difficult to defend.
Well, Belgium in the half court. Hervel wants a touch. Laheski gets his first touch in a long time. Finds Hervel mid-range. And that's a poor foul. That's lazy. Didn't really make the attempt to move his feet, did Talmy.
And that's the difference between Talmy on the court and Toltz, who just left injured. He's much better defensively against Hervel and will stop a play like that.
Tabu outside the three-point line. Has a look at what he has. 7 on the shot clock. Hervel gets it inside, tries to get a work. Ball stolen. Chance here to run. Going up for the 2, gets the drop. K.E. Deuce with a steal of the 2. And we're at under 20, 19-point game. Well, there's some fans out there beginning to dream and believe.
Well, that was the first objective, get it under 20, and then anything can happen.
Finds Taboo for 3, is off. Got to come up with a rebound. There's going to be a foul on the glass.
Poor foul.
Talmy looks a little bit perplexed, but going to send Laheski to the free throw line.
And if you're not going to come up with the rebound, you don't want to foul in that situation. Make Belgium work for it. They haven't been able to score very well in this half. And you're putting your best free throw shooter, Belgium, at the line. Lojewski shoots nearly 90%.
Well, Van Rossum has come back into the game. And Lojewski makes the first. So Castiles doesn't want to leave anything to chance. He's got 4 of his 5 starters in the game. 21-point game. Here's Sok. Towley wants it on the inside. He's not going to get it. Sok keeps it, moves it. The 3 on the quick release. Way short. And Hervel just finds himself in the right position so often. Eski penetrates. Nice pass. Beautiful, beautiful awareness. Gillet gets the 2.
And great movement without the ball by Gillet. He recognized what Lojewski was doing.
Got to make the open 3. It might be a very, very one-dimensional way, but it's his own way. This Estonian team has a way back. Bene comes back into the game. And I was just about to ask you, however poor Bene was in the first half, he must be a better option than Towley at this moment.
Well, you lose a lot of height and size. Bene essentially has to guard Hervel, so there's going to be a mismatch, but offensively he's a much better player.
Oh, nice out of bounds. They blow the layup. They blow an open 3 and a layup. They're in a 23-point hole. The open 3 on the end of the break is off. Hervel's on the glass. He can't collect. Estonia with numbers down the floor. Extra pass, wide open for 3. The crowd are willing it in.
And this crowd wants so badly to believe that this Estonia team can come back, and there you see the wide open 3. And that's a great job in transition to recognize the open man in the corner.
Well, Kadus has been very good in this 3rd quarter. There's a foul as Arbeck gets hurt, pulled for the hole. Just had his forearm in there, just got out of stance.
Estonia's got to be careful. They've got some guys in foul trouble. That's Arbeck's 4th foul. He's vital to this team offensively. So the point guard has 3, Wiedemann has 3. And every time now you foul Belgium, you send them to the free throw line.
And it's that man Lojewski who goes back to the 3-throw line, having made the last 2. And there is that foul trouble. Sok on 3 as well as Arbeck on 4.
We talked about Lojewski, the move to Olympiacos last year. Really put him on the international stage, and he performed brilliantly. Showed himself to be one of the most versatile shooting guards on the continent.
Sok into the half court. Wiedemann catch and release. Well, I know he missed it, but that's the sort of game we expect to see from him. Here's Van Rossum in transition.
And that is their game. Quick 3-pointers, score points in bunches. They can also miss them, as they've done today.
Oh, nice move to use his body. Couldn't really protect the ball to finish, but Lojewski again is just doing it all.
He's doing it all. And, you know, I have a feeling if Belgium advances in this tournament, he might end up as one of the best players going, because there's not much he can't do. You see him on the post up, he's able to get the shot and then grabs the rebound, puts it in with the and one. He's surprisingly strong. You look at his frame, he doesn't look like a big, strong guy, but I think it's because he's so quick to the ball, and his mind is moving faster than almost anybody else out there. He knows what he's doing before he gets the ball, that he looks like he's much stronger out there than he probably is.
On the free throw line for the extra, which he doesn't connect with. And that's an effort on the glass, but Bene comes up with it, and Sok has a chance to push. Keeps going, goes all the way. I know he got fouled, but he blew another layup.
But I like that call from the referee, because you see that a lot where somebody will go by you. You'll just give him a little tap on the waist, and that throw you off completely. But the referee caught it that time. Good call, sends Sok to the free throw line.
Weber picks up foul number 2. Kubu is joining the action as Lojewski sits down. It must be a huge sigh of relief when Lojewski sits down. At least You know what you're guarding with everybody else. Lewheski can just beat you in so many ways.
Well, exactly, but then you have Van Rossum, who's now on the court,
yeah,
who's as capable as Lewheski, just a little bit more one-dimensional, where Lewheski just does it from all over the court.
Sok goes to 6 personal. And moves Estonia onto a 22-point deficit. That's just... Kada's just, to say naive is the only way I can describe it, very late.
Third personal foul.
And picks up the foul and almost hands Taboo another 2 points.
Jonathan Taboo.
Now in this, towards the end of this third period, if they could get it under 20 at the end of the third, they're in credit.
Jonathan Taboo.
In the second half, gives them a chance to build for the fourth quarter. Kangura will take his place on the floor for the first time in the third quarter. Sok will advance the basketball. Hands it off to Baderman. Oh, nice execution, and then he gets the 2.
You said it, beautiful execution. Great play. You see the curl by Vinay. All he's got to do is lay it up over the point guard.
Need a stop right now. Last 2 minutes of the third period. Now Rossum attacks it and kicks. Almost lost control of it. He moves it on. Taboo moves back inside. Knocked away. Chance here. Vinay brings it on the break. He's going to go himself. Goes off the glass. Doesn't get it to drop. And the ball will belong to Estonia.
You like that from Vinay because he has the ability to score. He's long, he's athletic. If he can go straight to the rim, more times than not, you're going to score, you're going to get fouled. That time he got a little bit unlucky.
Estonia out of bounds. Struggling to get it in. Vinay helps them out. Sok thinks about the 3. Vinay creates a little passing angle for him down low and slips, needs a pass. Not really sure what happened there.
Looked like he was going for the shot from the seat of his pants.
Oh, Vinay almost gets a piece. Game becoming a little bit broken, a little bit sloppy. Here's Taboo. Attacks it, gets to the middle. And he's going to draw contact to go to the free throw line. And then picks up the personal.
So if nothing else, Taboo is an aggressive player. He's constantly attacking the rim. Here you see him, he gets stuck. He's surrounded by 2 guys. Hey, but why not go to the other side? He gets himself to the free throw line.
It's always the question about Taboo, isn't it? Again, that quickness gives you the chance to get there. The teams he plays on, he's going to play on. He's got some talent around him. He's got to find that open man and make a good decision.
Yeah, he does. You know, and that's the thing about this Belgian team is when they move the ball from side to side and get guys running off the screens, they're so difficult to guard. When they get stagnant, we saw him play yesterday. It happened a few times against Latvia. When they get stagnant, they decide to just go one-on-one and search out the mismatches too much, and then they become a little bit more predictable. And I think it's trying to find that balance, making sure the right guys get the ball at the right time, especially when you got Urvel and Lewheski on the court together, and Van Rossum. Those guys have to get a touch on every possession.
And that's the thing sometimes, as you say, with Taboo, sometimes those guys don't get a touch.
Right, and I think with a coach that's frustrating
Jonathan Taboo.
As a point guard, that's your job. You know, you got to make sure the right guys are getting the ball in the right spots. And if it's you in certain situations as a point guard, so be it. But that's your job.
Jonathan Taboo.
Makes 2 for 2, ticks it over to a 24-point lead. Last minute of the third quarter. Much more effective period for Estonia. They just haven't got enough stops. And we've got a foul, and we'll have shots as Mwemba picks up the personal.
And he was beating him. We talked about in the first half, and he's aggressive and goes straight to the hoop. He's quick and he's strong, and he forces a lot of fouls.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's able to get himself to the free throw line. He's the kind of guy, if he could get 6 to 8 free throw attempts a game, his effectiveness is skyrocketing.
Yeah. It's almost you just need him to be a little bit more confident, especially early in the game. Get himself into a frame of mind to be aggressive. Takes both from the free throw line.
And some of that is down to coaching. You've got to get him the ball early on and get his confidence up, because he's clearly a confidence player. When things are going well, his confidence is sky high.
Weber has it in the post, kicks it, gets it back on a reposition. Poor pass, just about saves it. Taboo for three. Count it.
3 points, Jonathan Taboo, number 9.
And then that's a great shot from Taboo. Get the ball moving, let other guys touch it, and then you'll be open at the end of the possession.
Kangoo tries to create, tries to make some space. The quick release on the three is off. Defensive rebound. Taboo has a chance to run, but he's going to back it out. This should be the last shot. And after all the great work Estonia have done, Belgium really have steadied the ship. They've opened it out to a 25-point lead. And for all the questions we ask about Taboo, he's done pretty well in this third period. The three is off, and that should be it for the third quarter. They won't get the three-quarter shot.
Break the shot clock, though.
69, led by Team Belgium.
Well, that will
And
do
now
it.
for the quarter break of the second
For the
half,
third
the
quarter, 69 to 44. A much better effort by Estonia, but Belgium just re-established control as that third quarter closed out. And there are those statistics. It's now 4 from 22. It's still nothing to write home about, but there's not that zero in that main column.
Yeah, and Belgium still shooting 59% overall. Astonishing numbers for a full game. 14 assists on those 22 shots. That's great. They do have 10 turnovers. That's probably something they can work on. But promising signs from Estonia, for sure. They got the crowd back into a little bit. They played with much more fluidity, aggressivity, a lot of adjectives you can use, positive adjectives to describe the way they played in that third quarter. They just couldn't quite sustain it the entire 10 minutes of the quarter.
While the highlights are going on, it's interesting. Benet was so good yesterday. There's not many times, not many situations where you have to come out straight away and play again. It's something you have to get used to in tournament play. This Estonia team hasn't been in tournament play. Is that a factor for some of these guys?
Well, absolutely. I mean, they haven't been on this big a stage in front of their home fans who are just begging for them to get at least one win here, maybe even advance. So there's a lot of pressure for them. Benet played great yesterday, but this is a different type of team. And he's struggled so far today. He's got just 4 points. Of course, he had the double-double yesterday. And Wiedemann, he's an enigmatic player. You know, he has the ability to score in bunches. He can shoot it, he can get to the hole, he gets to the free throw line. But there's so many stretches of games where he doesn't affect the game, where he just isn't, he's almost invisible. It's not that he's missing shots, he's invisible. And that's something that Estonia has to correct going forward.
Well, after the good third quarter, Estonia had to start all over again. They trailed 25, 69 to 44. And they start with a trap, and you've got to love the start. Kangoo turns it back over, but recovers it. He's just having a nightmare of an experience so far here in Riga. Kangoo gets it back. Sok attacks it. Tries to get some space inside. Kangoo gets it underneath. Nice pass to Benet. It's blocked. And you could argue they overpassed. And Kangoo is just, it's just not happening for him.
Well, that was just a chaotic possession.
Yeah.
Kangoo's got to be a little more patient. If it's not there right away, get it to your point guard. Calm it down, run a set. Let's get everybody in the right spot. There's just too much going on for Estonia.
Sok picks up foul number 4.
You got Arbet and Sok on the court, both with 4 fouls. And Wiedemann with 3. Can't save him for next game.
No. Taboo gets it into the half court. Wemba moves it on. And Makubu has it for a while. Now puts it on the floor. Looks to attack it on the dribble. Almost has it stolen away. Gets it up. Doesn't get the offensive rebound. And the basketball will belong to Estonia.
They have the ability to defend when they I don't want to say when they put their mind to it, but when everybody is working together as a unit, they do have the ability to defend and defend well.
Yep. It doesn't happen every single time. Here's Sock, middle open for him, he turned it down, backs out. Bene gets it on the inside, he's fouled on the way through. And really did look to exploit the advantage he has there as Salulu fouled him.
Good foul by Salulu. Not much he can do there, but you can look at Bene's body language. He's just frustrated. Just hasn't had it going for him today.
Sock will take it beyond the three-point line, gets more contact. This time from Kubu.
Well, we criticized the point guard play yesterday from Estonia, but Sock's played much better in this second half. He's been more aggressive. He's got his team in good sets. He's been better defensively. I think that's a confidence builder for him.
Sock gets it back from Beaton. 6 on the shot clock. Sock tries to spin, goes inside, little hang time. Doesn't get the 2 on the tough shot, and Tabu looks in no hurry to run the break. Gets it into the half court. Oh, everybody went to sleep. Bene switched, no one else switched, no one else helped. And the easy 2 is far, far too easy for Gillet. Bene will hand it off.
And you saw on that last play, guys just turned off there, you know. It's a very basic play. 2 guys are converging offensively. You've got to be able to communicate. One guy's got to stay with the man cutting to the hoops. Somebody's got to stay with the offensive players at 3-point line. Breakdown.
Well, Coach Sock takes the timeout here early in the fourth. It's going to be a happy coach in what they've done, but he's still really struggling to stop Belgium. Belgium's still getting what they want.
Well, they're a very good offensive team. We talked about it, and this is without their best players on the floor. They're still shooting about 59% for the game. And they're a deep team. They have guys that come off the bench. You know, we talked about Gillet. He's in the game right now. He was the Belgian Player of the Year last year, coming off the bench. One of the best players in the Euro Challenge last year. So big-time players coming off the bench. This team is not bad at all. When you look at the group top down, you got to think they're going to be one of the best groups out of the 6 teams here in Riga, and a real chance to make some noise in the tournament.
After the way they played in the last Eurobasket, they did get to the latter stages. That's what they expect to be. Once you start getting their regulars, that's the way you play. You play with that confidence.
And that's the difference. They have the experience against a team like Estonia who doesn't have the experience. They look at this big stage with the big eyes and say, oh man, this is almost overwhelming for them, particularly with their fans here. So I think for Belgium, they came out with a very workman-like performance. Everybody has done their job so far and performed. Estonia, a lot of it from here on out, the next 8 minutes, they've got to build on these 8 minutes for the rest of the tournament.
There's a holding foul. Reported offensive, Torps picks up the foul.
First personal foul.
And that's the first foul for Torps.
Team Estonia, second team foul.
Tabu continues at the point, getting extended minutes. Kubu moves it on. Kubu goes to the post, he doesn't get it. Tabu finds the Kubu again, tries to attack it on the dribble, pulls up for the tough shot, didn't look comfortable taking that one.
You saw his quickness, what a quick first step. And we said he scored a lot in the warm-up games. He does have the ability to score.
Sock. They look down low, Bene gets a touch. Faces up for the mid-range 2. He's very, very good from that range.
He is, he's a very fluid player. When he gets to his spots, you see here, he face up, everything's in rhythm and he knocks it out.
Well, there's a whistle on the plate. There's Salulu. say he took it quickly, but he took it strongly.
Number 8, Gunnar Fouts.
And Salts picks up the second of 2 quick fouls.
You look ahead for this Belgium team. They still have the Ukraine. They still have Czech Republic. They've got Lithuania on the horizon. They've got the ability to finish in the top 2 or 3 in this group, which is huge because the next round is knockout stage. So if you finish 4th, you've got to play
Team
a group
Estonia,
winner in the
13
next round in the knockout stage.
And the thing at this Belgian team with the sort of balance they have in a one-off game can probably beat anybody.
Well, absolutely, because they have the depth and because of the way they play defensively, and they can bring guys off the bench who are defensive stoppers. It's difficult to score against them, and of course you got Lejeski.
Benet with a lot of body control to catch and kiss this one off the glass. He gets a little walked under by Salumu, but no call. 24-point game, 6:50 to go. Tabu is offered a 3. They keep it alive, but it comes down in the hands of Wiedemann. He has a chance to push. Backs out, doesn't like what he sees. Son goes down the baseline for 2. Very, very good move. Took the screen and really executed. Wants the foul as well. And he got hit.
He's a tough little player.
Yeah.
You see he's got a black eye. He's not afraid to get inside and take a little contact.
Kubu for the 3. Oh.
3 points. Ben Mokubu, number 12.
And there's a little chink of light at the end of the tunnel. First, earlier in the game, Hervel knocked down the 3. And then Makubu just strokes one from deep. Inside, outside. Sock steps back for the 3. Short. And the ball was chased down.
And these Estonian players are worn out. If you look at their faces. They've gone hard in the second half. They don't have the depth of Belgium. So their top players are playing essentially most of the game. Wiedemann and Sock both played now 30 minutes. Arbe closing in on it. And Belgium, we talked about their ability. We talked about Estonia's ability to shoot the ball, but Belgium, they're shooting 10 for 19, 53% from three-point range. When you shoot like that, and you've got the ability to score inside with Hervel and Lejeski in the post, it's so difficult to defend.
Kuba gets the soft touch after making the 3, takes it inside, and finishes around the ring. Tano Sock gets into the half court. Vene just about hangs on to it. Tries to go to work against Mwemba. Vene with a lead, and scoops one to the far side of the ring. Tough finish.
Tough finish. It looked like quite a few steps, but that's all right.
Uses the best friend on the floor, the backboard. And there's a foul.
Number 9, Gregor Arben.
Arben's going to sit out of the game.
Substitution. For Team Belgium. Backcourt number 12, 22, Kevin Duma.
Comes in.
Team Estonia, number 20.
Estonia needed a little bit more of people like Arbet earlier in the game. When he got going, he was already in foul trouble. So they lose him now with 5 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. 25-point margin.
You just wonder how this game would have turned out if Estonia would have come out in the beginning of the game the way they did in the second half, because they caused Belgium some problems and they got into some good sets. Finally, Vene is getting going now. And the game is nearly over. The same thing happened for Wiedemann last game. They just can't seem to put it all together, and I think so much of that is experience. They just haven't been on this stage.
I would agree with that. Here's Tano Sock. Trying to keep the rhythm, trying to get that momentum going into the end of the game. Bennett going baseline and gets blocked. Didn't get past anybody. Puts it on the floor, should score, does. You got to get Mwemba. What on earth do you think he was doing? He left the floor. Bennett didn't need the second invitation. Just makes the soft layup. Who goes up, doesn't get the roll. Blocked on the boards. And that'll be an Estonia basketball. Tumba couldn't finish, but where was, when they needed this aggression, when they needed this physicality, just wasn't there.
No, it hasn't been there all tournament. And Estonia, they're looking at the rest of their schedule. You know, more than anything, they want to win a game. They haven't won a game in 2 decades in the Eurobasket. They're going to have to look in the mirror after this game and say, look at each individual player and say, how can I play better? How can I do better for the team? Because there's not a lot a coach can do if guys just aren't going to play hard.
Well, comes down with nothing on that 3. Wemmers, that's not really his game. Chance here to get into 20. Well, the crowd have reacted. The reaction to this man. Alec comes into the game for the first time. So the crowd are really up for anything at the moment. Here's Sock. Alec goes low. Love to see him get the ball. Sock for 3 is off. And Bosco comes down with a defensive rebound. 3. Just over 3 to go. Almost the biggest cheer of the game.
Yeah, at least they've got something to cheer about.
Salou penetrates to a turnover. And Sock gets it to Beeman in the open floor. Goes all the way for 2. Blocked. Unceremoniously blocked. Saluma goes up the other end. He gets blocked. Oh, the entertainment factor's lifted up for the crowd. And Mwema gets the 2. The Estonian crowd just finding something to lift the spirit, should we say. Offensive foul.
Well, you gotta love them. They're still banging the drums. They're still going hard. 2:35 to go. They'd love to see Halleck score. He's a huge crowd favorite there. It's surprising because he played a lot in the qualification tournament. He averaged over 8 points a game and hit a lot of threes. He just is falling out of favor with Coach Sock.
They don't have much size. You thought they may have looked at him just because he gives them a bit of size.
And he shoots the 3 ball so well. He's a stretch 4, essentially.
Substitution for Team Belgium.
You know, you might see him in the next game. The guys that have been playing just haven't been performing at the level.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, he's in the stat sheet now, though. He picked up the foul.
Yeah, he's in the stat sheet.
Here's Bosco, moves it on to Sharon. Comes off the high screen, gets inside, kicks it. Mwemba for 3 is way off. And the ball belongs to Halleck. Now he's got a positive snap now.
You see the crowd loves it every time he touches the ball.
You'd want to give him a pass. They want him to shoot this. I think the gym roof would have come off if Halleck had made it. 79-54, last 2 minutes of what's been a very dominant Belgian performance. Tumba wants it down low, he's not going to get a look. And the layup is missed, and we're going to get a foul called. And Tumba picks up the personal.
Kevin Tumba, 4th personal foul.
Surprising you still got Wiedemann on the floor here.
Team Belgium, 14
He's going to have to play big minutes the rest of the tournament.
Well, in this group as well, they've got to play another game before they get the day off. Some groups have a day off tomorrow. This Estonian lineup's going to have to go 3 days straight, and they're going to be emotionally drained after this one. Sock thinks about the 3, attacks it on the dribble, kicks it. And I think Halleck's going to get called for another offensive foul underneath the ring. Much to the dismay of 5,000 Estonians.
Number 15, Rainer Halleck, 2nd personal foul, offensive foul.
I think if you're Belgium, you have to be very, very pleased with this performance.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree.
And feel positive going forward, because I think yesterday they thought they probably should have won that game. You know, they kind of fell apart towards the end, made some silly turnovers, and allowed Latvia to get open looks when they hadn't had any the entire game. But here they've been solid defensively the entire match, 40 minutes.
All right, somebody's fouled, which means he will go to the free throw line. Kodos comes up with another personal.
And another positive, they've got Van Rossum and Lojeski got a ton of rest this game. They're going to be fresh tomorrow. Verbel as well. He hasn't played very much at all. He's only played 19 minutes. Lojeski 18, Van Rossum 25. So some fresh legs coming back tomorrow.
Well, Kevin Tumba misses the first of the throws. And Tumba's a little bit of a missing jigsaw piece for this Belgian team. With his size, if he could develop, he would give them a genuine physical presence around the ring. Just got to polish up those skills a little bit. Halleck outside the three-point line. Crowd are disappointed, doesn't take the shot. Peters goes up, can he try and pass that? It did, it was a bad one. Bosco in the ball, nice pass. Oh, great recovery. And one of the positives, Tanel Kurbas has been very, very good for Estonia. Good contribution in that horrible first half. Brings a lot of energy.
He was probably the only bright spot in the first half. He played really hard, played with a lot of intensity, and that's what he does. He brings energy off the bench.
Slumu gets it off to Moema. Slumu thinks about the three, puts it on the floor. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Saron with a 2. And you said it. He doesn't get any of the publicity for Van Rossum, none of the publicity of Lojeski, but Saron in his own way does a great job.
Well, he's a big-time player. He could score from outside, and he's a great defender. He's kind of the glue guy. He does the things some of the other guys don't do.
Alec going up, he's fouled, he's going to go to the free throw line. There's going to be 5,000 people wanting these to go in. This could be the highlight for these fans.
Yeah, Halleck, the 31-year-old, he's become a fan favorite over the years. He's played for a ton of different Estonian teams.
The flag's up and everything on the far side. The huge Estonian flag being held up, crowded on their feet. He's got to make these. Oh, they're not going to like that. Misses the first. There's an air of expectancy as he looks to take the second. You don't have to say anything when that happens. Halleck gets his first point. Crowd love it. Last 20 seconds of what's been Belgium's game from minute 1.
3 points.
And Salon just underlines the quality, goes to 12 personal. Just doesn't do anything poorly. Last possession. Halleck from downtown. Oh, misses the 3.
And the result of the game, 55-84.
And at the end of what's been dominant is the only word, really. There's still the whistles from some of the Estonian fans. They're not happy. The Belgian fans in shot there really will be impressed with their lineup, impressed with the performance. Belgium get their first win, go to 1-1. Estonia slip to 0-2. And there's confirmation. Belgium winning 84-55. Over Estonia. That was impressive.
We will see you on the next days at Eurobasket 2013. And thank you for all the fans here. Thanks a lot.
So Belgium in the huddle, they must be very pleased. They're going to sit down and analyze that and say, we did this well. But you know that Eddie Castells is going to want more.
He's going to want more, and he knows they can bring more because it's only going to get tougher from here. Estonia, you look at the group, probably the team that they circled as saying we should win this game. But you know, they've still got Lithuania, they've got Ukraine who played very, very well yesterday. They've got the Czech Republic who was as dominant against Estonia as Belgium was. So, you know, where do you go from here if you're Belgium? I think you've got to continue to shore up the offense. That's the one thing. When it's fluid and the ball's moving from side to side and the right guys are touching it, they're very lethal. But too often, you've got guys that are making poor decisions, that are trying to go one-on-one, that bog down the offense. Here you see some of the top scorers. Lojeski was fantastic. Again, Van Rossum again, fantastic as he was towards the end of the game.
Well, all three of those players, perimeter players for Belgium, got some real rhythm time today. They got a chance to get into rhythm, knock down some shots. That's really going to help them going forward.
And it's going to help them. And you didn't need Urvel much today. You didn't need Delay, which is good because those guys, you're going to need them later on. And we talked about it. Maybe the one missing thing on this Belgian team is they don't have that dominant inside presence like we saw with Vesely yesterday, like we saw with Kosenko or Valanciunas. Belgium doesn't have that, so they have to rely on these perimeter players to play well. So if Ben Lawson and Lojetsky are playing well, they've got a shot, but that's key.
Well, all these highlights are going to underline is what a complete performance that Belgium put on the floor. But there wasn't until the second half we got a slot there where Estonia started to play. So at some stage you got to hope that they give themselves a chance of getting competitive in a game, because these fans that traveled this way just stayed with them, even though they got frustrated. Stayed with them the whole game.
With so many of their issues, Estonia today was just simply not matching the level of intensity of Belgium. Listen, they don't have the talent that the other teams in this group have. They don't have perhaps the speed or the height. But if they play with the intensity, they do have the skill and the offensive capability to score. So, but you've got to bring it on defense. If you let Belgium shoot 68% in the first half, I mean, there's no way. That's a layup line. So Coach Sock, I think, is going to have a long talk with them in the locker room, and I think you're going to see a different Estonia team tomorrow.
Well, it's going to take a real effort mentally, isn't it? After 3 days, and they've had 2 big losses, and they've been really sapping losses. They got down early in the games, and they have to pick themselves up and put on the shirt again and go and play. It's going to be a hard ask.
It's going to be a hard ask, and they don't have the depth is one of the other issues. So if Wiedemann aren't playing very well, Arbet isn't shooting the ball. Kanger, who's been really poor the last 2 years. Essentially, none of those guys have brought their A game. And you need all of those guys to bring their A game to compete with these other teams, because you don't have the depth of Belgium. You know, Belgium can bring guys off the bench who are capable of scoring with really as well. A lot of the teams in the group. So Estonia, they have to figure out how to get their best players going. And that's something that Coach Sock has to think about.
Right, well, we're going to leave it now. It's the end of game 1. There's a few more highlights to go. But we'll be back for game 2. And it's probably, arguably, the game of the day, unless you're a Czech Republic or Ukraine fan, with Latvia and Lithuania face off in what will be a packed, energy-filled gym. So we'll see you for that shortly. But for now, from the Riga Arena, it's goodbye.
Andres Sõber, 84-55 lõppskooriga tänane mäng lõppes. Alustame algusest, esimene poolaeg. Väga lihtne küsimus, mis juhtus?
No, ma ei oskagi võib-olla kohe nüüd seletada, mis juhtus, et ootused olid järjekordselt kõvad, kõik alustasid hästi, aga lihtsate vigadega tuli see ebakindlus nii ruttu sisse, et sellest oli juba tunda, et kuskil 4-5 minut, kui see seis läks suureks, et järjekordselt me ei saanud seda oma mängu üldse käima rünnakul. Ja kaitses muidugi täna oli ka nii, et oli teada, et nad on individuaalselt juba head. Nii abi ei juletud anda eriti ja kui ei antud, siis 1-1 nad mängisid meid üle.
No kui eile oli esimese poolega 24 punkti, täna 18 punkti, no seda on tegelikult paganama vähe.
No võib-olla see enda punkti viskamine, meil hetkel on niuke meeskond, nagu ma juba mainisin sulle enne, meil ei ole eriti vahvat korvialusmängijat, ei ole ka tõelisi snaiprid nagu Kuusma Kullamäe, eks. Nii et rünnak meil on, aga vaata, kui me kaitses laseme panna nii kõvasti, siis me nendega ei püsi kaasas.
Teine poolaeg päikene pilve tagant tuli veidikene välja ja näidati, et suudetakse mängida küll. Võib-olla belglaste enda hoog rauges.
No seda kindlasti ka, et nende hoog rauges, aga nagu ma ütlen, et me treeninud oleme ja poisid ikkagi jaksasid lõpuni panna